And we're live. Morning thoughts. Morning. Murray's message 411 TV. Big up yourself. Thank you for being the first one in so early in the morning. You notice Murray is in the chat and the chat says 0 people are in here. But I like your one thumbs up, Murray. Thank you. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. SouFlo, it's my birthday. All right, Murray, here we are. We are going to wait till some more people come in here and then we are going to sing you a happy birthday. All right. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the crossing guards and the school teachers. Shout out to law enforcement personnel, medical field personnel, military personnel. Shout out to the construction workers and heavy equipment operators. Shout out to the chefs in kitchens and secretaries in offices. Shout out to whatever it is your job description is. Shout out to the servers and the bus boys. Shout out to the bartenders. Shout out to, if you get up and go work for yours. Shout out to you. Whatever it is you do, shout out to you. All right. If I missed your profession, just because I saw the thing I rolled this morning. All right. The chat is left open this morning for subscribers only. So you would have to be subscribed to be in the chat. I figured since I missed yesterday that I will make it up today by giving subscribers, a part of the live today. Now, there will be another live later on at 10 to, we're going live again today from 10 to 12:30. So there will be another 2.5 hours live. This morning, we're going 6 to 8:30. I'm trying to do a 5 to 6 hour live for the day today. All right. We have a whole heap of stuff to talk about, and that's how the topics them just accumulate once you miss one day, because there is so much to be talked about. I can tell you what we're going to talk about now, and I can tell you what we're going to talk about later. I think later is going to be even greater. When we try to save people, we tell them, say, listen, no matter what y'all go through, hang on in there, fight through it, because later gets greater. But you have to be here to see the greater, right? Yeah, that part there. But in this year show ya, later is definitely going to be greater. So right now we're going to talk about Diddy's case. Sean P. Diddy Combs, Brother Love, Puff Daddy, whatever you want to call him. His case is winding down to an end, and some things are happening in his case, which we're going to talk about to keep everybody abreast, right? Or up to date with what Guan then, how we really say it. And then we're going to talk about a $12 million ganja bust, marijuana bust that happened in Jamaica recently. There's a whole conversation surrounding that though, because I, for one, am a herb. I don't want to label myself that. I'm an herb advocate, I would say, and I think that it can bring great commerce to Jamaica versus our system fighting what God has given us to help us to build ourselves, right, on the world stage. So we're going to talk about that and the $12 million bust. We're also going to talk about this billionaire who is a friend of one of the royals and how he lost his life. And then also the irony behind how he lost his life. That should be the major parts of our conversation this morning. Flying right by you. So you know, say later I go turn up. I think I'm saving the greater ones for later, right? Tyler Perry is being sued on some Batman business. Tyler Perry, yeah, $260 million lawsuit filed against Tyler Perry, on some Batman business, something accusations, blah blah blah. We're gonna get into that later. All right. Vibes Cartel and Mavado. Oh, you don't think I was gonna pass that one up? Vibes Cartel unite with Mavado, and they're about to do this track for DJ Khaled's A Lamb of God album, his new album that's coming out. And it also will have Buju Banton and also the Great Bounty Killer on the same track. May I tell you no, no, so things are looking yo, our that for later. Me not say nothing about nothing. That's for later as well. These are the topics for later. Me just make you know, so make sure to come back later. Later is 10 a.m. to 12:30 a.m. Or 12:30 a.m. p.m. to a.m. Yeah, me don't know. 10 to 12:30 later. All right. In the morning, not night time. A p.m. babe. Yeah, me left school long time, in the morning. We just gonna say in the morning. All right. My wife out there try to keep me on track so nobody no call me done. Thank you, babe. And then we're also gonna talk about uh infantry life. Infantry life. You know, my wife said this morning, babe, I think you need to talk about life in the infantry because she saw a bunch of videos coming down her timeline of young guys, especially black men, who are um, them not to feel the lifestyle, you know, and they're complaining heavily. So this one is going to call "Don't Let the Big Bonus Fool You," and I'm gonna give you some intricate details into what that is all about. Since we earned that, yes, the experience should be shared. Understand that there are some things I can't share with you though because it's just a brotherhood of, I wouldn't say a brotherhood of secrets, but I will say there are certain things that you just will never tell the public. However, I think I can round it off enough to where you understand if this is what you really want to do with yourself, if you're really cut out for this or not. All right. Those are the things we're going to talk about later. And Trump's $5 million gold card. $5 million. People buying citizenship. A lot of people said it wouldn't sell. It has 70,000 people on the waiting list for that card right now. So, like me say, I left school long time, but 70,000 times 5 million equals the whole away of smartphone and calculator. These days, and I can do the maths to that. That's later. Right now, we're going to go back into our topics for this morning. All right. Before we do that, though, let me jump in the chat real quick and hail up some people. Don't know if I believe the Tyler Perry one. We're not talking about that right now. Don't know later when you tune in later. This morning, right now, we're talking about Diddy's case, the freak off tapes being shown in court. That's what we're talking about this morning. The $12 million Ganja bus and the billionaire who died recently. Them three that we're talking about this morning. All right. It's up to you. You tell me where to start, and I will start right there. Do we start with Diddy's case, or do we start with the $12 million Ganja bus, or do we start with the billionaire that passed away? You have 60 seconds to go while I sip some lime and water. I drink my water these days. Not so much minding my business, but I'm drinking water. Yvonne Walford says Diddy, $350 billion. Ross. Billionaire. We have one Diddy, one billionaire, two Diddy. We're 20 seconds in. Got 40 seconds to go and counting. It's 1 minute, 60 seconds. We got billions, billions, the bust, Diddy, 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 bust, Diddy, Diddy. Looks like Diddy is taking the lead. Looks like it's going to be Diddy. Billionaire, billionaire, billion. Oh, billionaire just went ahead. Dedicated. We have 20 seconds left to go. Billionaire, billionaire, the bust. All right, the billionaire is now at lead. And there goes another billionaire by Kai Tai Jai Empress. We have leading by 2 is the billionaire. We have Diddy, and then we have Diddy, and Diddy is even now. One billionaire. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and out. And Beverly Salters broke it with billionaires. I really want to start off with the Diddy story. Damn, I hate when I do this. But a billionaire on a say. All right. I'm counting the numbers. It came down to the billionaire. So we're going to run through the billionaire story, and then we're going to get into the Diddy story after. All right. This guy, who is a certified billionaire, he's also a great friend or a close friend of Prince William. You know, Prince William from the UK and thing. The name of the billionaire is Sanjay Kapoor. One of them Indian where really have a whole lot of money. Sanjay Kapoor. You're late, Grace James. You're late. It's gone already. They won with the billionaire. I'm tired of that boring trial, says Wayne Core. Wayne Core, we'll get into that next. The trial not so boring if you pay attention. But it is. But we'll get into that later. So Prince William's billionaire friend, Sanjay Kapoor, his final words revealed moments before a fatal heart attack on polo field after, get this, after he swallowed a bee. One bees, you know.
Yeah, the same thing did happen in Bridgerton.
Well, swallow one bee.
Yes, and he dead pan field.
In the dead pan field?
Yes.
So boy, very very suspicious to me still. Yeah. Don't call me a conspiracy theorist, but I was thinking along the lines of this. You can go look this up for some of you who are way behind in technology, like me, because you know technology run gone left some away and some away in the stone ages. Still, me as a person will write down everything still, from pen and paper, because of that me trust. Instead of, you know, do like this and then it erases from your technology, your phone. Anyway, what if somebody engineered this bee and remote controlled this bee and said, you know, he plays, every time he plays polo, he has his mouth open while riding on the horse like this. You see him, he's gasping for air. It's the perfect time to fly that bee right down his throat hole and then want in business or then want his shares in whatever it was that they might try to get a hold of. I'm not. I know it sounds wild, but I could imagine somebody saying they will never know. They will never know. I don't know if y'all seen them, but they have engineered mosquitoes and bees that look real. Even when you hold them up close, them look actually real. Nobody thinks that when you hold them up close, them are gonna look like, oh, this look like somebody put some wire together or something. I've seen them, they look actually really real. Billionaire businessman Sanjay Kapoor's final words have been revealed moments before he swallowed a bee, triggering a fatal heart attack. Prince William's longtime friend, who was the chairman of a global car parts giant Sona Comstar, collapsed during a polo match in Windsor, England, June 12th, and he was 53 years old. Man, well in shape on all these things. I don't know if y'all ever seen the polo matches and how them play them when them dip on the horse. You know, for those of us who have like polo shirt and you see the horse and the man on the horse, and that them get it from, right? And them have to ride the horse like this. It's basically like playing golf on a horse, for those who don't know what polo is. So anyway, Prince William, longtime friend, dead from that. Witnesses told news media that the keen polo player, because he was really good at polo, he shouted and said, I swallowed something, moments before he was reportedly stung by a bee on the mouth. Or the bee say, a chat to Ross much. This sting subsequently triggered a shock that caused his heart to stop. It's called an anaphylactic shock that caused his heart to stop. Experts say that internal stings, when I learn this, in Jamaica already, and bees well sting me up. I don't know if I told y'all the job. I'm looking at the comment when say hit job. I don't know if I told y'all the story about me and my red cousin. Me have a red cousin. It really light skin, really red. And we had like a picnic at Jamaica, you know, we are country boy, so we did go raid somebody. We raid somebody tree. I don't remember what was in the tree. Was it orange or what? But nobody not doing nothing for raid tree in a them part there of Jamaica, right? Up in the hills of Clarendon, because fruits grow everywhere. Nobody minds you picking some apple oranges or whatever. Jeff him now. This big old business in the treetop. Jeff him start fling after it. So him fling and him lick it and take off running, and me run faster than him. So me take my little self and up the road, and then just sting him up, him red already, you know. You see, but you see when me see my cousin up up the road, just in seconds of from then till it, and now that I know it, he could have died. Now that I know, but thank God him never allergic to no bees or nothing like that. But the brother swell up big so him head big like any wolf dog, and him eye them close down like this that quick, and him lip them fat up from the bees. But this man got stung by one bee, just one, and it went in his mouth and sting him. Experts say that internal stings can be deadly because they can cause immediate swelling internally, blocking off the airway, and then will cause a sudden blood pressure drop, resulting in a cardiac arrest. Right? So watching a little picnic them for those of you who are raising children, them outside a play, the weather is nice outside now in most places or getting there. You know what? The picnic gets sting by bee and you brush it off. Lad, it's just a bee sting, man. You're all right. Right? If them get sting anywhere up in the mouth area, hospital immediately. So at the time of his death, Kapoor's polo team was playing Sujan India Tigers in the subsidiary finals of the Queen's Cup, some royal something. He had been playing at the prestigious Guards Polo Club in Windsor, which is often frequented by high-profile members only. No regular persons go here. Members of the royal family, this is where they hang out, right? A billionaire. So he will be greatly missed, not only by his family and friends, but by the local community, they say, around his club, this club. And he employed so many people and he made so many friends. He was just a fun, kind, and generous person to be around, his friends are saying. He didn't distinguish between his grooms or high net worth friends. He didn't act like he was a billionaire that was better than everybody else. When he had a party, everybody was invited and everyone was treated equal at his parties, they say. So he didn't only just associate with billionaire friends. You know, some people well wealthy and them very snobbish, and you know you have to be an A-lister to get into their stuff. They said when he had parties, regular people were invited to his parties. I didn't talk to everybody else like you wouldn't know he was the man in the room. So according to Forbes, Kapoor, who also has U.S. citizenship, he had an estimated $1.2 billion net worth, U.S. citizenship. Kapoor was a regular on the polo circuit and he frequently rubbed elbows with the royal circle. He often took part in exclusive matches across the UK and he was invited to play with members of the royal fold, including the Prince of Wales, who was 42 years old. So as for his personal life, Kapoor had previously married a Bollywood superstar, Karisma Kapoor, with whom he had two children, Samiria and Kyan. The pair had endured a contentious divorce in 2016 after 13 years of marriage. Brother, if even billionaire can get left, much less me and you. So she divorced him and took up a good chunk of fortune along the way with her. During their split, Kapoor filed a domestic violence plea, claiming that he once went off to play polo with Prince William while their son was sick. A domestic violence that to him wife, you know. Instead of helping me take care of our sick son, he went off to play polo with Prince William. Domestic violence in a film world that. The businessman went on to marry former model Priya Sachdev in 2017. So him catch himself and married again. and the pair welcomed their first son, Azarias, in 2018, the following year after they got married. Such is such with his life. Here is the irony behind all that. Besides all the other stuff what me just said, could it be a hit? Somebody engineered a bee and fly it in our mouth because they want parts of his business or full ownership of his business. I just wanted to put you on a thinking that is outside the box because that's the world we live in today, right? Like, for instance, soon wars will not be fought, boots on the ground, soldiers going after soldiers, right? Communicating, shoot, move, and communicate. Flank them, go left, come around this way while we lay down suppressive fire here. No, people will just send a tsunami. They will send a massive earthquake. They will send floods, these kind of things. Control the weather, harness it as a weapon, and send it to your enemies. It will look like natural disaster. Nobody is to be blamed. And you know how the rest go already, right? So we're in a different time. All right. They will send a pandemic, that too. Kaitaja Empress, exactly. So that's how war are going to be fought from now on. So it will no longer be the whole, oh, they're flying over skies and bombing and then troops on the ground and shooting and shooting. It's going to be something different and very much more different as we move into the future. But I will not go on without acknowledging the irony of this. Let me tell you something, right? God is in control and God is always in control, my friend. Watch this, right? With all that money this man had, travel with security, you can't touch him unless he wants you to touch him. You can't get close to him unless he wants you to get close to him. Lives in a bubble. Yes, he associates with everybody, so to speak, but that's when he wants to. He lives in a bubble. You can't get to him that easily. So as far as somebody might try to run up and assassinate him or something like that, couldn't happen with him, right? He rubs elbows with the royal family. Them own half of Africa wealth. Them rich. Him rich too. His circle is rich. However, here is God working, right? No matter how powerful you think you are as a man or woman, human being. No matter how powerful you think you are as a human being, watch God creation. One little bee, if it's a real bee, one little bee, bzzz, 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 and you're dead. just like that. This is how you know you are not in control. There has to be greater than yourself. There has to be higher. I know some people said, I don't believe in I know God. Oh, that's just accident. Well, who created the bee then? The bee never born by accident. Me never get created by accident. This universe was no accident, right? It just shows you in the presence of the Most High, you are so expendable. You are like a flick, like one hair of a, in the army we call it a cunt's hair. One hair off of your eyelash. That's you. So just drop one hair off your eyelash out into the world like this. You will never find it again. That's you. That is how insignificant you actually are. So this when I saw the story, it really put things into perspective for me because I'm always that kind of person, a reflective person, especially this stage in our life. When you're younger, you beat up your chest and think your mortality is not in front of your eyes yet. I used to tell people this all the time. I said, nobody in my family started dying until I was much older. Some used to never really pay attention to death. Well, I saw death in my service years in the army. I saw death happening in other people's family. It still never really registered to me. Me still there, I used to tell myself, say, I have tomorrow, man. I may have the next day, I may have years from this. I may plan 20 years down the road and 10 years, that's all. 5 years from there. 7 years I live my life by. And then, people start drop around me that are close to me, like some of the people who raised me and friends, close friends and family who I grew up with. Same mother, same father. When you start lose people like that now, you start think about life, really. See it? So you start to tone yourself down then. Beat up your chest no more like the big strong gorilla, and you run. You realize you don't run this. You don't run no parts of this. You know, it's a privilege to be here. It's a privilege to be here. You don't run no parts of this. Come into this, enjoy, leave your mark, love and laugh along the way, and that's about all that you can really do. As powerful as this man was, and there's this image here of him riding on the horse, right? As powerful as he was, Rolls Royce, live in a palace, chauffeured and catered to, and all these things. One little bee. Zzz, zzz, dead. Yeah, that way. So in all things, yeah, man, the message is God run things, you don't run nothing. All right. David did kill Goliath with a tiny pebble, and the power wasn't him, it was God's power. Kaitaja Emperor says, ain't that the truth? Dorothy T says, sometimes the Lord send us a reminder that he's still in control. Absolutely. You know, Foxy GTV says he must have thief that money. So now the spirit come for money, LOL. Boy, I mean, I laugh too hard, because it could have happened to me. Or it might be one of our children that's outside playing on an innocent summer day out back, and next thing you know, bees flying in your mouth and you're picking dead. And one of us are here crying. I had to do the story. I had to bring it to you and bring the irony around to you and the message in it, because this is significant to me. This could have been any one of us. I don't know if you ride bicycle before and you hear them get full up a fly. It's fly season. You know that part where the flies gather in like one big bunch and they stay in the air. Like that time of the year, I'm riding my bicycle already. I ride through one and didn't see it. Of course, you ride the bicycle, so you eye them wide open like this, and you cut it and go through, and two yai full up a ginger fly, some little tiny flies, and mouth too. Y'all never had that happen to you? That could happen to any one of us. That could have been the bees instead of flies. One fly in your mouth and your life done. The bee is mightier than the club, says Mervyn the Point, Jamaica Kerr. I believe that now. I believe that now. Cheryl Ellison says, no, that never happened to me before. But yeah, the message is, God is in control, man, in all things. May his soul rest in peace. He accomplished way more than a lot of us did or probably ever will. He experienced a wonderful life, obviously, with all the ups and downs. He's not immune. He's only a man. Because as rich as him was and as powerful as people might see him to be, him still did have to go through get left and divorce and accusations and everything else like that. But just like that, you're out of here. Sure, he didn't wake up that day thinking a bee was going to end his life. Even if me play polo and the bee sting me, I'll be all right. It's a bee sting, right? Even if he was allergic to bee sting, them man, they have medical on tap because it's the Billionaire XYZ name Comport or whatever. Never thought a bee would end your life in such a way where not even emergency medical care could save you. Like that quick. Yeah. So you wake up today. You have it planned, say you go bed tonight. Take the message, You wake up today. You have it planned, say you're going to bed tonight. You have it planned, say your whole day is going to go good. You have it planned, say tomorrow you're going to do this and the day after you're going to do that. Doesn't have to be so. Doesn't have to be so. All right? Just keep in mind. So God is in control all the time. See? Let's Bond TV, good morning, bro. Thank you for being here. No, that doesn't have anything to do with us. It's more to this story, SouFlo. They live in another world, says Foxy GTV. Yeah. I get it. Final Destination. Final Destination it is. All right. We're going to move on to the next topic now. See? And the next topic is Diddy. Are we going with Diddy story? Or are we going with the $12 million ganja bust in Jamaica? I'm going to give you 60 seconds to choose. Is it the Diddy story or Diddy trial or $12 million ganja bust? You have 60 seconds. Go. Let's see. Da 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 da. Let me see. All right, Cartaja Empress says Diddy, Mervyn the Point, Jamaica curses the $12 million ganja bus. Let's One TV says the ganja bus. Dorothy T says the ganja bus. Wayne Core says the ganja bus. Everybody has said the ganja bus. All right, we have our next Diddy. We have 5 ganja bus and 2 Diddies on the table. Resilient says the trial, that's 3. The ganja bus is 6. Kaz Robinson, Let's One TV, ganja bus again. Cheryl Ellison, Diddy. Ganja bus, we have 20 seconds left. Ganja bus, ganja bus, ganja bus. Weed, Diddy. Too early for Diddy. Ganja, Let's One TV says. Weed, Wayne Core says. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. It's the weed. 2, 1. The weed it is. All right. So we're going to the weed story now. It's too early for Diddy, ganja, and then we say Wade Core weed, run the weed, Tony D's fishing and escaped weed, Ian Powell weed, Jeremy and Hamilton ganja, a beer ganja and weed come down the screen. So that's what I'm gonna do. I would have loved to have done the Diddy next again, but it is audience dictated this morning. So we're gonna save the Diddy story for last, and we're gonna get into the weed story. A $12 million ganja bust recently happened in Jamaica. First of all, I never know, sir. Yeah, I don't want to play naive. I was going to say I didn't know that so much money was in, but I did. Let's not talk foolishness. Let's get right into the story. So $12 million worth of ganja was seized in St. Thomas day before yesterday. A multi-agency operation in Prospect, St. Thomas resulted in the seizure of over 4,000 pounds of high grade, valued at more than $12 million on Sunday, June 15th. The seizure actually took place. A man who is believed to be of Bahamian nationality was taken into custody and is pending further investigation. Reports are that law enforcers from the Firearms and Narcotics Investigation Division, or FNID, along with personnel from the Jamaica Defense Force, JDF, and the St. Thomas Police Division were on operation around 2 a.m. During the operation, an abandoned premises was searched, and more than 750 parcels were found containing the compressed ganja. Several boats, drums with gasoline, and other items were also seized from the location during this operation. Director of FNID, Acting Senior Superintendent of Police SSP Patrero, said that the seizure highlights the continued work that is being done to disrupt the illegal guns for drugs trade that Jamaica has going on with neighboring islands. I guess guns coming from the Bahamas or from Haiti, and Jamaica send out weed or that kind of something there, right? We had the meat for guns or the meat for guns trade before. So parallel larceny, where people would see their cows missing and man would have thief the cow and the goat them and slaughter them and get them ready for transport and ship them or bring them to Haiti and deliver them, leave with a boat full of meat and come back to Jamaica before daylight with a boat full of guns. I don't know if y'all knew that that was going on. The guns, meat for guns trade is something that's very real, right? things are bigger now. Yes, Carthage said that's been going on for decades. So ganja remains a catalyst for this dangerous guns for drugs trade. They are saying, which in turn can fuel violence and instability within our communities. And I think the team and our partners for, I thank the team and our partners for their diligence during this operation, and we will continue to interrupt these criminal networks to ensure the safety of our citizens. Meanwhile, the police are reiterating their appeal to citizens of Jamaica to please share information on any illicit drug movement and firearms movement by contacting FNID or the National Intelligence Bureau 811 or simply just call 119 and or your nearest police station and share some information on what you know. They have ways that you can snitch without being detected, is what they're saying. Okay. Um, that is up to you if you want to do that. Me not encourage nobody to go do it because I truly don't trust them like that. You know, I'm of the belief that, and it's not that I support criminality. I absolutely don't. But I am of the belief that if me go tell somebody, somebody would have go tell, say, and me tell them that. Read between the lines. And then next thing you know, me in a trouble because there's a lot of money being moved around here. Police I get for them pay off of this stuff when you see stuff go through. Don't think that it's just regular people so just getting past Coast Guard and getting past police pan land and getting past everybody, law enforcement, soldier. No, palms are getting greased along the way. So you might go complain to the wrong person and them say, yeah, try stop them food when you're just trying to make your country better or safer, like they said you should. And next thing you end up floating out there with the fishes, right? Or become shark food. Yes, Foxy G TV, that's me. I didn't hear nothing and me not see a thing. I never look. I don't know officer. I never see. Police have them work to do. Big up to them. It's cut out for them. I'm just not the guy that's going to help them do it, right? Because you do it at a great risk. I say this all the time to people. It's not like the US. In the US, your neighbors will snitch on you and they will let you know that they snitched on you and you can't do them nothing, right? Not in Jamaica. Not in Jamaica. Jamaica run a little bit different. So make the police do what police supposed to do. Here's my thing though about this. But just remember something. The video I saw yesterday. Let's add that to the later list. The restaurant in Miami. We'll have to add that one here. All right. I have the video for it too. Yeah, later gonna be greater, yeah, so you know. All right, here's my thing about ganja and Jamaica, right? And I said this before, but the audience might have missed it. Jamaica can save ganja. Ganja can save Jamaica. Jamaica is hustling backwards. You see, like how Jamaica used Bob Marley's image for so long and still does to drive their tourism, and everybody wants to go to the Bob Marley, the land of Bob Marley, and you know, Usain Bolt. Ironically, Usain ended up in that position that he's in now, where he is an ambassador to our tourism board. But Bob was always associated with ganja. Ganja has always been associated with Jamaica because of Bob Marley and Bob Marley's movement, right? Broadening the world's view on Rasta and why Rasta use ganja and for its medicinal purposes and it's their sacrament and you know what I'm saying, all these other kind of things. Jamaica is known. I was watching a documentary, because you know some I love watch documentary. I was watching a documentary of a couple of scientists that went to Jamaica and they were trying to figure out how come the weed that is in the US and other places, like the most potent weed that they have here, is not grown from the earth. The most potent weed they have here is grown in a lab or is grown under, I would say, artificial conditions then. But in Jamaica, the most potent weed. I'm not talking to the people who smoke some bushweed when you go a yard. I talk to the people them when know about real herb from yard. The most potent herbs in Jamaica is grown out of the earth in Jamaica. And it rivals the strongest herb they have here. It was during watching this documentary that I realized the site, because them go Jamaica and drill the earth and all these kind of things. And guess what they realized? Jamaica is not, I saw the word right there. Who just said it? Somebody take with the right word, man. It's hydrophonic. Whoever just said that just now, you are onto it. It's hydrophonic. Jamaica is a hydrophonic island. So the artificial conditions that they in foreign countries try to emulate in a lab or try to create in a lab, Jamaica naturally does that as an island. We are an island that is floating on water, and the water is the earth and the water is filled with minerals, salt and minerals, right? We are a hydro island. Jamaica, when we see the video, Jamaica is a hydro island with that constant concentration of sun from above and what's going on with the water below. That's what they try to create in these labs, and that's what they create in these labs to make the most potent herbs overseas. Jamaica does it naturally. So I'm saying, damn. So when them people here actually go to Jamaica and say them smoke some good herb, they're not playing around. Me telling them my story already. Like the last time, all the herbs stumped me when me there at Jamaica, and I came out. We were staying at the West Enders. A big up to the West Enders Inn. This is a lovely place in the grill. That if any of you ever get a chance, you know, you save a little money and or you're rich like that, and you know you feel like you want to escape and take your little family with you or whatever the case may be, go hide off with a boo for a couple of days or something. The West Enders Inn, perfect. It's a resort off the beaten path though, on a cliff that overhangs the sea. And I can't tell you how beautiful this place is, but I just have to be there to see it. They have cottages and then they have apartments. We stayed in a cottage, meaning you get the whole house for yourself, right? And it is so nice that I actually said to myself, this is exactly how I'm going to remodel the house in Clarendon that my grandparents left, right? Because me see the vision from them. But anyway, over there, some of there. I mean, I chill out, come there. I mean, you know, I'm not in foreign. I'm in Jamaica. I'm chilling. I wake up in the morning, I roll up a little thing, I go outside. I say I want to see the sunrise. I have nothing to worry about. I'm so blessed. Wifey inside with the baby them. I'm gonna take a one. You know what I'm saying? I must have took like one, maybe two pulls. Maybe two. But I think me reach my second one. And you could actually feel yourself just lift up, you know? And I'm like, I'm floating and the world is great and everything is good. And I'm staring at the light. For those who never heard the story before, I'm staring at the light and I said, yo, like a next pull on me, I said, the sun, so beautiful. The sun don't look like this when they're foreign. You know, I'm appreciating everything around me in Jamaica. And I said, boy, you know when you wake up in the morning in some places in Jamaica and everything is gray, like all the trees and the grass, it has a wet dew to it. Yeah, and everything is well nourished and the place green and nice and you can smell the different flowers them just by standing outside, you know. Me's a nature person. I don't know if you can tell. So I'm out there. Damn. You know when the herbs are good, you feel like you eat it, but you smoke it, you know, you feel you can taste it. Just admiring the sun again. Boy, the sun, beautiful. There was a tree that was like kind of like blocking it, but the sun was still there. The tree, they have some beautiful red flowers on it. One big green tree with some beautiful red flowers on it. And I'm looking through the red flowers and the green tree and the beautiful, the sun just come up so orange and yellow, bright. I said, Lord fire. Really not see them something you are foreign. That's why I have to come home. I talk to myself now, you know. I said, that's why I have to come back to my yard regular, you know, because just a simple sun. You know, the sun that even looks so beautiful apparent, bro. I don't know what happened. I said the sun looks so close like you can't touch it. But it's so far away. Look at the wonders of God's work. One. I go so seeing and look down. And I see a lamppost. My mind ain't connecting at this point. Because I don't take good and couple of well pulls now. This is the part in the split where you have to like bruise it. Because you out it now because you say, right. Never expect this. I'm an astronaut now. I've taken off. I try, level myself back down and I look down and I see the lamppost. Not for nothing, I just trail the lamppost. It was a metal lamppost. And I trail the lamppost go up. Come here, say, I wish part this a lamppost lead to come. I don't see no lamp, no street light, nothing around me. So I trail it go up so it lead to the sun. It lead to the sun. Then I look on me. I go back down at the bottom of the lamppost now, down the ground, yeah, it lead to the sun to rotted. But I know, son, you turn up your whole morning and look on one lamppost with the street light right there, so. See sun way over there. See the sun way over there, so may I tell you, the herb them have a Jamaica. You see like down at Westmoreland, them place there, them have it for real. So when we realize, right, you ever laugh so hard that you can't stop yourself from laughing? I haven't experienced a laughter since way back when me first take one first draw herb. I was laughing at myself so hard I had to run inside. Right? I run inside and I tell wife, say, babe. She said, what? I say, say, I laugh after myself because say, me out. I read out, I read out early in the morning. Me turn up there, stare upon the sun, admire it. I say, oh, the sun's beautiful. And these things, and when me look down and look back up, is a lamppost and it go up to the sun. I know the sun me I look on, and the rotted street light with the right there, so the herb that good. I can confess. So, if we are growing this kind of herb, I remember, I know paranoid high or them kind of high there, you when me say you're relaxed, man. When me say you're cool with life, If we are growing this naturally, why don't we use it? Jamaica is hustling backwards. Do you know how many nations use ganja to put themselves in a first world position, pay off them debts, get proper medical system in place for their citizens, set up them country, proper security system, CCTV system, central monitoring point, all the things fixed on the road them properly, all the things that we think need to be fixed, but money is not there to do it. Ganja could have provided that. So I did some more research and I found out that the only reason why our ganja is not providing that is because our leaders who are in place have chosen to continue to criminalize the herb and continue to persecute the herb. And they're even importing herb. So the herb will get imported. That's not illegal. But the herb that is grown in a yard, when a man try export that for him own, him go to prison. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Ganja can save Jamaica. Believe it. Ganja can save Jamaica. So you climb, hold on there. Where you say, so you climb so high in mind. We climb so high in mind. Boy, may I tell you, I laughed so hard that morning, I couldn't stop laughing. Every time I think about it for the whole day, I just bust out a laugh. But not lie, when we reach Jamaica, it's like me always get a special, I get taken care of when it comes to my herb. I get taken care of, and I get the best. And I can't even finish a fraction of it. And when I'm here, like since I left Jamaica January of this year, me no touch nothing. I don't smoke cigarette, first of all. Me no deal with tobacco and them something there. So me no touch nothing. I'm doing no smoking since we left Jamaica. But thank God for the ability to be able to control that still, because some people so addicted to whatever it is their vice is that it have to be a daily thing, constantly thing. But there's so much the stuff here feels chemicalized, and the feeling you get from it, yeah, it will make you sleep if sleep away I look for. You get the right strength for sleeping. It will make you hyperactive and can do some work if you get that right, if you get the right strength to do that too, you know. But it's not a Jamaica feel. It's not a Jamaica feel. It's not I am at peace with myself kind of feel. It's kind it have a kind of parrot thing to it. So I say, you know, I'm gonna let go that for a minute. And I'm let it go. Let it go. So you must know, so when me reach yard and me decide to reintroduce myself, me I come in like a born again virgin to that thing there. Yeah? And so it licked me again to where I'm laughing like I'm the first time ever. For all the herbalists in my house, you don't remember on the first time. Your first time, you laugh hard. You probably never got that again. You know? No, you're just regular with it. And you get a nice feeling, yeah, but you never get back your first feeling again. I get back my first feeling every time I reach yard. So, like I said, if we are that hydrophonic island scientifically proven, and these aren't Jamaican scientists who are telling this to sell the island, a foreign scientist go down there, go conduct them own experiment, and did a documentary off of it. See? We take a cold bath because yeah, when we there in Jamaica, we bathe in a cold water anyway. That's another thing. When we in Jamaica, I bathe in cold water, straight up cold water. If you ever go climb Duns River Fall, remember I told y'all say everybody here needs to do it while you can, make it a point. You know, over the years growing up, you see Duns River and you're like, yeah, tourist thing. Everybody climb Duns River, yeah, whatever. No, Duns River is like a spiritual experience. I encourage everybody to actually go climb Duns River. For real. You gone? Not gonna walk you out.
Yeah, I have to.
You want to walk you out?
You want to.
Baby, now go say hi to my audience. You just go. I'll walk with you. Just go say hi now.
I gotta go.
All right.
Hi, everybody. Bye, everybody.
Wanna give me 1 minute, then I'm gonna walk around. When you put on your shoes, tell me.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Make it a point to do two things. Just a little bit. Me not tell you if you go turn no big weed head. You know, just wrap up a little thing, taste nature what Jamaica has to offer, and climb the fall there. Climb Duns River Fall. Them two things. Wrap up a thing, climb Duns River Fall. Some of y'all stop living. You know someone is still alive, right? You know you have to live, right? Okay. So me no want to reach end of life. I'm like, I wonder what that feel like. I never do it in my whole life. I just don't think. No, do it. Do these two things for me. I promise you. If you never climbed Duns River Fall before, climb the fall there. Wrap up a little thing and take a little wander. While you're in Jamaica. While you're in Jamaica. I bet you will have a new outlook on Jamaica. Me said the bird, me can hear the grasshopper them when them hop on different piece of grass. When them change from one grass to the next blade of grass, we can hear them. Yeah, clarity. We can hear every different bird we sing. The bird that sound hoarse this morning. What kind of bird that? Cause I want to sing with rhythm. The next bird I sing over here, so the one that sound like a whistle. Just trust me, do it. Do it. Foxy GTV said no, sir. Y'all feel like y'all lose yourself. I'm telling you. You ready, babe? All right, give me 1 minute. Let me walk while I feel. I'll be right back. Oh, man. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. You know, you have to go see how wifey and these kind of things. Walk her to the car, make sure she get off right, and the thing go already. All right, I appreciate that. I'll just say, bad man, I work for build up in points. No, this is how Jamaicans get nickname horse, bird. The man said bird, sound horse. Jerome, big up yourself. Yeah, Jerome, you never bun a spliff a yard yet. Me bun a spliff and go down on the banana piece. And I tell you, you can hear all the cricket them and the bird them and you can hear the river run. And the river is quite a ways away from our property, but you can still hear like the river run way down so all these things. I should try it. Try it. Rosalind Michael, thank you for being here. I appreciate you greatly. Foxy GTV said, I don't want to climb that light pole like it's the sun. Keep going like it's the sun. Me never climbed the light pole. I looked at the ground and I trailed the light pole. I said, let me see where this goes. And when I go up, I realized when I went up, it was connected to what I was looking at all along. Sun no come on light pole. So I go back at the bottom of it and I look and I climb up again with my eyes, climb up. And I looked. So no, I didn't climb it physically. I climbed it with my eyes, looking up to see where it went. Only to realize I was staring at the light, the street light where them have in front of the cabin I was staying at for the longest, thinking it was the sun. It was a street light. The bird chirping horse. You're gonna be able to tell, man, the one you sing smooth, the one that already hit him sound like him. You know, that one over here, so you can tell say I want big bird that. Okay, that one here sound like a little tiny bird. I don't know, so after I'll be in Jamaica just chilling. Up on my veranda just space out a whole of vibes. See? So we start talking about ganja and how ganja can save Jamaica. And now we're talking about how Jamaica nice and how ganja good in Jamaica. But yeah, back to what I was saying, because we're going to get into the Diddy thing. Ganja can save Jamaica. I think if we put together a petition, gonna walk with me. I think if we put together a petition and have, I'm pretty sure, and this is overzealously reaching, but I'm pretty sure that 1 million Jamaicans would sign this petition. Now, petitions don't require 1 million signatures, but if you get 1 million signatures for a petition, then again, you know what? Probably not. Because me say, I see cockpit country was in danger and they wanted hands off cockpit country. Cockpit country, for those of you who do not know, cockpit, if I explain it to you in simple terms, cockpit country is like Jamaica's lungs. If I puncture your lungs right now, what happens to you? Right. So cockpit country is like the lungs of the island. There are birds in there that don't exist anywhere else. There's a water filtration system in there that regulates the island, kind of like the lungs of the island, right? I would even say the kidney and the lungs of the island. And them want to go drill in a cockpit country. Them want to explore in there and see if them can find things. And there was a thing put out where we were supposed to sign it. And I was surprised that after being out for a year and a half, 2 years, passed around, barely anybody signed it. If you see the little bit of signature them, I had to look at it like a couple of times, like maybe them send me the wrong one. Because I couldn't believe that many Jamaicans were not interested in signing it. So I'm overreaching, talking about, we can get 1 million people to sign a petition and get ganja, Jamaican ganja legalized beyond the little 2 ounce for them so we can carry around for personal use, and anything after that, you know, you get in trouble with the law if you're caught with it. 2 ounces is a lot, you know. So if you get caught with an ounce in Jamaica, ounce and a half, you're good. I think that started a trend in Jamaica too. Soon as me landing at the place, you know where the ganja there, because everybody have a spliff ya so in a mouth corner or one back of them ears or them a crush up so in a hand figure light one up now kind of thing. Where you didn't see that before when it was illegal. So they legalized it on the island to a point, to a degree, and anything after 2 ounces is you can get arrested for it. But I was thinking if we could sign a petition that had that many signatures, they would probably wake up, right? And see, say, the world is leaving us behind. Just Google and look up how much money is being generated by, and you can go by the country, United States of America versus different countries in Europe, Amsterdam, XYZ. You can look up how much money is being generated through their marijuana or their ganja market. And you will see that Jamaica is leaving a whole lot of money on the table. Thank you, King Biggs. Billions and hundreds of billions. And in a few years, that billions market will be in the trillions. And we're talking US dollars, trillions. Hundreds of billions and possibly trillions are being left on the table. So why not explore that market? Why do we still have leadership with them colonial mindset when it comes to something like that? You know, sister, we're blessed. Nobody else now have the island there. Do y'all know that in other islands, I have a brethren from Barbados. There was a man that got caught in Barbados who brought ganja from Jamaica to Barbados and got caught with it. And when I was covering the story, I said, you bring weed Ghana, Barbados, you deserve to get catch. Actually, it was him and a girl. And him load up the girl and him load up film sitting to, and them fly into Barbados with it, but them have it masked and it was still detected at the airport. And I said, y'all must be dumb, because how you transporting ganja from, don't all the islands have good ganja? Why you transport ganja from Jamaica to Barbados for? And the virgin from Barbados says, SouFLo. Because the soil in Barbados, mostly rock and sand and something else. And we can grow the kind of herbs we're not having in Jamaica like that. I said, for real? He was like, yes, man. The Jamaican herb in Barbados sell for a whole lot of money. Like you could really make a whole heap of money off of it. I said, oh, I had no idea. And this is where I started looking around. I said, who else have it like we have it and thing? I know everybody have it. It's not everybody have it. St. Vincent, we, because of the soil from the volcano, it's fire. Foxy G. Yeah. Foxy G TV said it right. I remember when they said that the dispensary business was coming to Jamaica. And I remember I said, yes. So the farmer them now can turn this into a family business. You farm your thing on your land, right? Granny and grandma them then left piece of land give you. You farm up your land, you set up your thing and open up your dispensary up front, especially people who are living in places like all which part my wife come from. Because for them area is like be a tourist pass through there. So they're like right in the commerce of it. A Rasta man said to me, say, it not gonna work, so you know, Skip. It not gonna work, so. I said, what you mean it not gonna work, so? I say, them not gonna do that dispensary or something there until them figure out how to make outside people own up all them dispensary here. Then them are gonna let them loose for the island. And the fees to own one and operate one are probably going to be some exorbitant fees that the average Jamaican farmer can't afford to keep up with. I say, I hope it's not so. Fast forward a few years later, it is exactly so. You have, I think I've seen one, two, maybe two that's owned by regular people, Jamaican people. But we have to go pool our resources together. Because if that's the way we have to go, I have a vision for Jamaica, and I feel like somewhere down the road in the future is going to be exactly how I think it's going to be, where we can actually farm with ganja, farm with land, and open up front. But it won't be a free-for-all market. The market needs to be controlled, because you know Jamaica stay already. Kind of like what happened in Holland Bamboo, where I explained to y'all that if my brothers and sisters just put them head together, like, yeah, John right next to me, him sell peas. We can do something with the peas and sell it over here. So John sell coconut, me sell drops and greater cake. You understand? That means I'm supporting his business and still making money off of my business, so the money stay right here. So like that. Don't come stand up next to the man because I'm sell coconut. You are sell the see I sell the coconut them, you know. And about 20 car me stop yesterday. That means say make a good little money, you know me I say. So me I go draw some coconut and go turn up right next to him too. Now every time a car pull up, we both running to the same car. Buy from me, man. Buy from me. Go out away, man. I see them first. I see them first. Come now, sir. Buy from me, no, sir. And it kind of like scare the people them away, you know? Right. So I feel like the market need to be regulated, or else everybody are going to open up a dispensary, put up shop a front yard, and we sell ganja. But at the same time, I think it's going to get to a place where once we figure the game out, it's going to get to a place where a lot of those dispensaries on the island are owned by us. Me I do my research, because me I look for a way to invest some money in something that's lucrative in Jamaica, and I'm looking. So that led me to dispensaries. I'm researching dispensaries and how to open one in Jamaica and what's required, XYZ. I see a brother who is not Jamaican showed up on a video, an Indian looking man showed up on a video, and him talking about his farm. And he said, all our herbs that sold through our dispensary is locally grown on my farm, my organic farm right here. And him point to the farm. And I said, okay. Because the other one said their herbs are imported into Jamaica from Canada, because they have a certain guideline and stipulations that you must meet on how the herb is grown and all these other things before it can go to market in that industry. I said, damn, they're making this complicated. But the man will have the farm, a legal ganja farm in Jamaica, is a foreigner, is an Indian man from somewhere else. I don't know where he's from. He sounds like he has a British accent, but Indian accent as well, like straight from India as well. And he was showing his farm on the video, and I said, this is my organic farm. Everything we sell in the dispensary is grown right here off the farm, from the farm to the dispensary. And I said, look on this Ross though, eh? Because me know people at Jamaica farm ganja from God know when. And then man they have to go way up in a hill and around a gully and go hide their farm under this and police scrutiny. Them can't turn around and say, look at my beautiful organic ganja farm. Police come burn it down, chop down the whole of the ganja and burn down the farm. A whole heap of work, you know. I put up a video on YouTube when I was in Jamaica with I was amongst wifey family, and my wife have real Rasta in her family. We grow herb and them have them herb field and them something there. So I went to one on the video, you know, and I show it, and YouTube said that video is not eligible for monetization because I am encouraging people to partake in illicit drugs. It's like, what? So if I had did one in a dispensary, they would have monetized it. But them take down my whole vlog. I did it at the farm. I don't know if some of y'all saw the video where I was on the farm, and Elegant, big up Elegant, is the same brother we do with Calabash and thing, but Elegant was showing us like Yeah, these are the females and these are the males, and you have to get rid of them one year because then we strangle out these, and it's an intricate process that goes into growing a good crop. That's what I'm saying. So they do have a way and stipulations on how it should be grown, and them must say not everybody know how to grow it. But what about the people them who know how to grow that and been growing that them whole life? Mervyn the Point, Jamaica Curse says there are weed tours in Jamaica. And I wonder who benefits from those weed tours, Mervyn. Who lead them weed tours that who benefit from them? May I pull up something that says something real quick. Weed tour Ocho Rios, Jamaica. Let me see something here quickly. Yes, there are several cannabis weed tours available in Jamaica that allows you to explore the island's cannabis culture and industry. What to expect? Cannabis cultivation. These tours often include visits to weed farms where you can learn about the process of growing cannabis from seed to harvest. Strain education. You have the opportunity to learn about the various unique cannabis strains that are grown in Jamaica, their characteristics, and their effects. Damn. Cultural immersion. Cannabis is deeply intertwined with Jamaican culture, particularly the Rastafarian movement, and some tours offer an opportunity to learn about this connection between the Rastafarian movement and the Ganja, and even to visit the Rastafarian communities. And there are optional activities. Some tours combine the Ganja experience with other popular Jamaican activities like ATV riding. So you got ride an ATV, red out, visit to natural attractions, or exploring local communities while you are puff or draw. Dispensary visits are on the list as well. Certain tours, like those offered by Kaya, Herb House, and Jacana. Jacana, the name they look like Jamaica, Canada. And Jacana might include visits to dispensaries where you can see the different products that are available and even make your purchases. Jacana Cannabis Store. These tours take place on their 100 acres organic farms and offer different tiers of experience, from learning about the cannabis life cycle to behind the scenes access to their labs and their manufacturing plants. All right, let me see something real quick. Let's try to prove a point. I want to see something. See it there? There you have it. Alexandra Chong owns Jacana. Alexandra Chong. Alexandra Chong at TechCrunch. Look here. This is Alexandra Chong who owns Jacana. See? All right. This is who owns Jacana. Now, mind you, let's not be dumb. We have white people in Jamaica too, right? So if you go look up her stuff, it says that she's a Jamaican entrepreneur. I mean, how Jamaican she is, I don't know. I'd have to go into her history. She is the founder and CEO of Jacana, which is a global cannabis company, and Jacana cultivates, develops, and distributes medical cannabis internationally. And in a historic move, it was the first company to export Jamaican medical cannabis flowers to the rest of the world. You know, long the black man, Rasta man, want to export him ganja to the rest of the world, and I tell them about medicinal purposes. This is who first got to do it legally. What is your business? Oh, I grow ganja and I ship ganja internationally from Jamaica. I have a 100-acre ganja farm. This is the person. Yeah. So back to what me did I say. Want to see what I mean now though? Right. She was previously the CEO of Lulu, a mobile app for dating intelligence. Business Insider Adweek have recognized her as one of the top entrepreneurs in New York. She launched Lulu Vice in 2011 and Lulu was released in the US by 2013 and it was nominated as a TechCrunch 2013 fastest rising startup. Lulu was then acquired from her in 2016 for an amount that is undisclosed. She was born in Jamaica to Canadian mother and a Chinese father. So as a white woman and a Chinese man, make her. But she was born in Jamaica. She was born in Jamaica to a Canadian mother and a Chinese father, a Chinese Jamaican father who won the lottery and started a successful tourism company with that money. She grew up in Ocho Rios in the 1990s. She played tennis in the Women's Only Federation Cup. She attended FIU, Florida International University, on a sports scholarship. She's a former member of the Jamaica Feds Cup tennis team, and she has a law degree from the London School of Economics. So, what I'm trying to say here is, big up yourself, my girl, Alexandra. Apparently, she's a Jamaican. But, you see what kind of Jamaican? Because the man them when me and you know with the water boot and the long cutlass we go down a bush where they plant ganja from God know when. And not for them opportunity this at all. Right. Why wouldn't it have been a black man? We introduced it to them, says Foxy G TV. Well, Foxy G, yep. Nene says, yep, the clear people, even though they were born there, the government makes it easier for them. Not only the government make it easier for them, the people themselves make it easier for them. It's sad to say, but Jamaicans, a lot of Jamaicans, not all of us, a lot of Jamaicans have they feel like these people are more superior to them than. I went to school with, come used to go Knox, right? If you know anything about Knox, you know say a whole heap of foreign student go Knox. So my growing up after I start going to Knox was I'm among Chinese that were Chinese, and then you have the Jamaican Chinese them who for them parents did have the wholesale store down in the center of the town, Spallings, right after you come off Knox Hill. Them kids would walk down and walk right to their parents' wholesale business or whatever and take off them school uniform and go work or play in a establishment. Them have them business downstairs and them live upstairs. These kind of things. Um, you know, we had British students who were straight from the UK with a thick British accent. Knox is very diverse. Knox is very diverse. So we grew up amongst that. And even then, I learned that our teachers used to treat the foreign student them better than different than how they treated the local Jamaicans who paid to come there. We paid the same school fee who paid to come there. And even the local children would treat the foreign picnic them better. Growing up, going to Knox, I used to, when end of term come, it was an entertainment piece. We used to just sit down on the hill. Cause right now, we have to walk, go down a road, go try catch one of them taxi here. We go our yard or one bus, and if the bus or the taxi now run, we have to go walk some more, and then we have to go, hop truck. Some of my boy them used to hop truck I would have fling up a school bag, give them and them carry the school bag, because the bag them used to heavy full of book. And used to carry it till them reach so and so and drop it off the way, and then we walk and go pick up a bag. But that is our journey. And shortcut for us, we used to have to roll up pants foot and take off shoes and cross river. If river never come down. If river come down, you can't cross river, you have to walk around the long way. Watching them, limousine come pick them up. I'll never forget, there was this one, it's the first time I ever seen a woman ride a Harley, a big Harley motorcycle. And one of the youth, their mother, and she alone come. She ride the Harley and the limousine drive behind her. And she lead the way, you know. And I talk about people who have real money. Them send them picnic go and knocks among the rest of us. So we used to watch them. She pull up on the Harley. She had on leather chaps. I know now that they're called leather chaps. And her leather vest jacket. And she pull up on her big Harley and whoa, 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 whoa. And the limousine pull up and her picnic them run down and them help them put them stuff in the limousine and them, hi mommy. And we are said to ourselves, say, Miami, he might go for summer, you know. That time that we not travel yet, you know. So we don't know where Miami is like and all these things. We used to see plane and fly overhead. And me I say, God, make it so one day I go up on one of them planes. Because my mother live in Miami and I want to go spot my mother there. Right? Miami, them are going. That one day I go to Miami, the next one I go to Canada. Nancy, a girl named Nancy, her father owned Cayman Airlines at that time. Prestigious thing. Remember, Nancy Nyam butter so till she did have one heart issue and they have to get her medical help. You know, just one white girl. And she used to always tie, them used to put her hair always in a too long blonde hair, too long plait. And she just always used to act maddy, but them used to treat her like she's the most precious thing because of who her parents were and these kind of things. You know, she could have get away with anything. And she used to have like one tub of butter. And she used to just yam the butter. And I said, ah. But you used to watch them, you know. So it's embedded in our culture to actually feel like they're destined for success. You know, them parents like she now. She born in Jamaica, but she come from Canadian Caucasian woman and Chinese man, right? And there you see the rest of her and you can read her accolades and accomplishments and all these things. It's not the average Jamaican's life that she had. And them people there and others like her who get to open up these dispensaries, which I think is so unfair. But I can't complain because she born in Jamaica, and when people say, you never born here, okay, I resonate with that. You never born here, so you're not Jamaican. But then I want people to look at my kids like they're Jamaicans because their mom's Jamaican, their dad's Jamaican, all our family on both sides Jamaican, and people will look at the kids and say, me not care what you want to say, SouFlo, you're picking them as foreigners. They're not Jamaican because they wasn't born here. And sometimes you can't argue with that, you know, if you're going to use that logic against somebody else. So she's a Jamaican. She's born in a Jamaica. She has all rights to Jamaica. But we also know that there are levels to this. See? And she definitely they're up there. So. Plus them say our parents win the lotto. I don't know if a foreign lotto or a Jamaica lotto, but win the lotto and use the lotto to start a business, them winnings. But this brings to me what I said to this audience before. Over time to come, the Jamaicans and the type of people you know as Jamaicans will fade away. And Jamaica will be inhabited by people who no longer look like pay attention to what's going on in Jamaica, you know. Jamaica is being geared up for a certain level of lifestyle. That's why you hear people now I say, why everything expensive, you know. You know, me go to Jamaica with a little $5,000 US, myself, me ton so it done, and these kind of things. Jamaica is super expensive. Go and look up like how to purchase a nice house. Just look at houses for sale in Jamaica. And you are living in a decent area and something close to what you might have overseas, and you will realize that you're gonna pay like twice the amount of what you have overseas to get that in a Jamaica. You know, day-to-day living is expensive in Jamaica. Um, so the island is gearing up for like a higher level lifestyle for those who will be able to afford it. And everybody else that's there will be hanging on as workers, servants of those who are able to afford the higher level lifestyle. Why do you think them a build all them high rise building there and condos and apartments and something million for this and how much the million for that? Because that's what Jamaica is being gentrified. And I told you before, it's not going to be you can see it. It's going to slowly happen till you start to look and see these booming and thriving new industries and businesses, and you're like, who own this? I'm gonna look up and see who own this. And then you will look up like we're doing now, and you'll be like, okay. Oh, oh, wow. Wow. And then you will read the background, because the first thing will come to your mind is, but she not Jamaican. The name Jacana struck me because that's how I founded SouFLoTV, because I was raised in South Florida. So I take the SOU off of South and the FLO off of Florida, and I put them together and got SouFLo, and I added my TV to it, right? SouFLoTV. So right when I saw it, I said, this have something to do with Canada. So a Kenyan and I sell ganja in Jamaica. That's why I had to do the reading in front of you to see if it was true. But they will hold stake. They will hold claim to the land because they will have planted their seeds there, like her. And she'll be like, my parents wasn't born here. Or my father born here, and my father Chinese, but them is not the Chinese. Them will just come off of the Chinese boat them and I do business here off mainland China. My father, the old school Jamaican, them were chat patois, we are Chinese though, right? And my mother, she's Canadian. She's not from here, but through my father lineage, and because I was born here, I'm just as Jamaican as anybody else. So you can't tell me nothing about me I know this, me I know that. Which is exactly how the future looks for Jamaica. Yeah. So when you hear where I tell with Jamaican people themselves, they need to start doing stuff like pooling your resources together. I mean, seriously, man, sit down and talk to your family members. Pool your resources together and get into these industries because they're out there, but it's going to take more than 2 hours to put on a little money together and say, make we go after this and establish something. Otherwise, you're going to get left behind. You're going to be gentrified. And your children or grandchildren or great grandchildren, they're gonna either not be on the island and them live somewhere else, or if they're there, they're going to be the footstool and the workers for those who have set up that infrastructure for them own. And they won't look like how you look or how me look. And that's just that. So it's a thing that's in place. And I don't want Alexandra to ever see this because the world's small enough. So I have to talk like this. I don't want Alexandra to ever see this and to think that I was implying that she is not Jamaican or she is not Jamaican enough. You are Jamaican to me, 100%. You're born there. I can't take that right away from you. You are as Jamaican as every other Jamaican who stake claim or hold claim to that land. Birthright Jamaican. I'm just trying to show my audience how it's going to be gentrified. Remember when we used to do the videos about the Chinese takeover of Jamaica? And I said two things. I said, one, I've come to the realization now that yes, the Chinese will take over Jamaica in the future. They will be in government. They will be in all aspects of business. Look at the mechanics. Look at the auto mechanic, something. You see that? And all they came with is honesty and good work. You see it? And I said, our audience, we who we call black, we need to learn from them how they pool their resources together, how they make money as a group and then split it, how they keep their money in their community circulating, I said we can watch them and learn from them. You know how much Jamaican tell me about under my mother, under my good mother, because I said that? Them can't teach you nothing. No one learn nothing from them people there. Them to come off of the island. You're fighting yourself. They're not going to come off of the island. They're going to move to the island. They're going to get naturalized citizenship for the island. They're going to have their families raised on the island, children born there. So when your children start telling them about, yeah, Chinese, yeah, no Jamaican, then pull out them birth paper and say, see ya, I have some born just like you. Then what? Then what? So the takeover is going to be slow. And eventually, that's what it's going to look like. And then I'm going to own up all of these industries that you see if we not do something for ourselves. No, I'm not telling you to do nothing against them. I'm telling you to do something for yourself. I'm telling us to do something for us. They're there. They're doing what they're doing. I have nothing against it. If it's for sale and a person is buying it, you can't fault the buyer. Is the person who has sell it, you have to look at and say, you know, hey, are you supposed to be selling that kind of thing? But you can't fault the buyer. If it's for sale and them see value in it and them buy it, then buy it. Go look at my older videos. Jamaica for sale to the highest bidder. Go up on YouTube and type in 2 videos that are prominent for me that I think everybody here, because I've been doing this for a while. Jamaica for sale to the highest bidder, SouFLoTV. And then you can look up the next one, which was who owns everything in Jamaica, SouFLoTV. Them 2 there. And sit down and watch them 2 videos there. Because we're not new to this. We actually did research to try to find out who owns what. I got a list of the 10, 12 biggest businesses in Jamaica. And when I say businesses, I'm talking like JPS, Digicel, Flow, them kind of business there. And I did my diligence to bring to you how much they make annually, who owns them, what stake, how much, if any, does Jamaica or Jamaicans have in these businesses. I think I pulled up 12 and I did my work. We own barely little and nothing, my friend. Live on the air from with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, brethren.
Morning, family. What go on?
Salute to the Nax people, them, sir.
Seen. Manners and respect, bro.
Yes, brethren. Everything about Nax for the true one.
Seen. So, all is well?
Yeah, man. Actually, in New Jersey, I start a cool, not warm like your side, you know.
But it's not cold.
No.
Cool. All right, cool.
We're in the 60s.
See, that nice one. Nice one, that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, light sweater even.
There's no Manchester and spalding weather, that man.
See? Yo, listen up. Me tell you, say, you see, last time in the yard, me don't know, you know, me tired when me reach country, you know. And it was the first time me in the house without my grandparents in the house. So, you know, it was a kind of reflective kind of feeling, like I never thought the day would come where both of them gone. See? So I said, I'm going to sleep in the room where my grandfather last sleeping before him passed. And I up in the hills of Clarendon, them there, you know, me I tell you, say, it cool and nice. And me open the window them and lay down on the bed. You see, you will drop asleep for about 2 hours. You see when me wake up, and me teeth them and knocking up, brother. I saw me calling, you know. Yo, Mr. Cole, me I start rip down the place. I look for a blanket. Yeah, man.
You know that when I used to go there, you know, and then rain for a certain time, them swallow the girls them to wear jeans pants. Because you know, some people are blue, so they used to wear the girls were
Them could have wear jeans pants.
So, yeah, in the rainfall and the time start I get chilly.
See it.
Yeah, they wear the jeans pants with the blouse.
See it.
Yeah. And you know, back on the topic we are reading about the virgin. It's like the Rasta man we don't want about anything for a long time, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Which make us gonna be. And us to be all about the black people especially to be independent and live a good life.
See it.
And it's like the poor that be don't want it to be. Because I can remember growing up in the 70s when the Whalers were around and I pushed for their music. One of the big fight when you used to get was that they were talking about when they own record properties, the intellectual properties, the copyright and everything there. And this was that we come out find about this 30 years Rasta boy about they want to own this and own that and everything there. And it has been from that time to me until now. And it's like our leaders just, I don't know.
It kind of like when we go look up who own Green Sleeve and when next one name is two popular distributors of records and signees of artists from back in the time. And it led me right back to our Chinese family.
Of course.
Yeah.
So it's like to me, they want to maintain the status quo where
VP
95% of the countries are always dependent on them.
Yeah.
You have a strata here or so, and then another strata below. And it goes back into this color thing too. Unfortunately, in Jamaica, where Marcus Garvey and Bob Marley come from.
Yeah, bro.
The brown people then get all of the blights.
Yeah.
Our color, and then well, I don't know, sir, but it's unfortunate.
It's just so it's set up though. But
unfortunate set up.
Yeah, but
children can go to school with their year. If I used to go to school in year dreadlocks.
You remember? Yeah, when me did I go to school, especially in earlier years, no picnic never in my school with dreadlocks. We used to actually see the dreadlocks, picnic them, play outside.
Yeah.
And we used to want to be like them in a car. We are said to ourselves, boy, them look free. We lock up in our house, in the school building whole day in a classroom. And you'd see them walk past the school like a kickball or go down the road or something because they wouldn't accept them into the school.
No, yeah. And the Rasta man was preaching to us about self-identity. And it's like, now at 2025, and Jamaica go back to like when it was what was it in the 50s and 40s.
Boy.
And it's unfortunate, brethren. It is unfortunate, and that's why the country cannot move forward because we leaders them just tie us back in the colonialist, like colonial.
They must stick to it. They're sticking to it.
They want to come out.
Them don't want to come out.
Yeah, and as the gang Sheba Marley said, you keep us ignorant, you can't tell us anything.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
And because back in the days, when I was growing up, you used to have a thing called farming. Your part of place where you come from, Spaldings, and I come from Williamsfield.
Same.
People used to do farming and make a good life and living out of it. And
yes, man. What?
Then thing is Jamaica again, you then go down to scamming and all kind of stuff this one. Because the big house and the big car them does not make your country develop.
Same.
If you have a famous literate country, people, we can have these struggles. And to me, the leaders, they don't care about it. They go down and tell the people to keep them in and tell them what they want to hear when the election comes and get them vote. And they're still poor. You understand? I'm going to go there, so boy, me a labor, and him there poor. But we get, well, I don't know, brethren.
Get a little thing from the side there.
Yeah. So
a once a year thing from the side there.
Yeah, me feel good. So We live in a 2-bedroom house and I raise my 10 feet to them and whatever I do. And when people are come and say, look on the bigger part, they say, well, you can probably move from this our 4-bedroom house, 3 bathroom and anything there. Then I see them thing there. Because politician say, boy,
Loyalty.
I'm the boss.
Loyalty.
Yeah, and every time anybody come up, I've seen in our country, who come up with that vision and we try to change anything there, especially the Rasta man. And there was a man, when I get political, there's a man in here, the name of the Jamaica man. The man, they get fight down and trampled down. You understand? Every time anybody come to Jamaica, see Marcus Garvey there for when in that for running for America, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's certain things in our country like it become systemic and you know for that you don't want to change it. I do not know what the JP stands for, I do not know what the PNP stands for. That stands for just to me, I just FUCKRY.
I saw.
Yes, sir. And, yo,
all right, my brother.
Here, sir.
Manners and respect, sir.
I respect God, knock sites, sir.
See, big up all the knock sites, them.
Yeah, yeah, man.
All right, my brother.
With pride.
With pride, manners.
Yeah,
man. Listen, so that's a fella knock site. He's of the class ahead of mine or the years ahead of me then, but you know, still from the same alumni. I'll tell you one more thing about this individual here who owns this weed dispensary company. She's actually married to the brother of, or the son of, she's married to the nephew of businessman Richard Branson, the British businessman Richard Branson. If you don't know who Richard Branson is, Sir Richard Charles Nicholas Branson, Virgin Records, Virgin Atlantic Airlines, heavily connected. She's married into that family. Yeah. Yeah, Virgin Atlantic and Virgin Records are all these things. I didn't even know that. I couldn't even put the two together, that Virgin Cruises. I couldn't even put the two together, that Virgin Atlantic, Virgin Records, and Virgin Cruises was the same thing. Them have Virgin Rails Group that does train line railing franchise, privatization of British Rails, the Virgin Trains, Bloodfire. And their franchise 2015 to 2018. In 2024, he founded Space Flight Corporation, Virgin Galactic. So Elon Musk ain't the first one to do that. Touring people in space. Virgin Galactic, based in the Mojave Air and Space Port in California. Noted for the Spaceship 2 suborbital space plane designed for space tourism. And he been doing that. Wow. So yeah, that's the family that she's married into. So she comes from, but she's even married into even more upper family. So yeah, when me and you know going through a little money, go say make we try do a thing, we're gonna be left out. Point blank period, because we can't compete. But you know, I also remember Rastaman said, Bob Cosmic, you know, like, we can't say Rasta never tell us, because I remember a Rastaman did say long time ago, him said, them are going to legalize weed one day, you know. But them are wait first to see how them can corner the market first. Because if them could figure out how them could have corner the market first, it would have legal already. Them will legalize it, but them will try to see how them can corner the market first. And so said, so done. When I heard that ganja got legalized in Jamaica, I was like, what? How much? A one spliff? They were like, no, up to 2 ounces. I said, 2 ounces a lot. But 2 ounces not a lot for a farmer. 2 ounces not a lot for somebody who will move it by the scandal bag. somebody who will move it by the pounds. 2 ounces is not a lot, so you can't pay your bills and thing off a 2 ounce, right? And now we have it where you can legally ship hundreds and hundreds of pounds of it. But look who controlled that market. Look who was the first to do it. To ship marijuana at a large rate, export Jamaican medical cannabis flowers internationally. It wasn't us or anybody will look like us. Right. Them laugh off of a little money, says Audrey. I know it's still illegal in the UK, says Bob Cosmic. Grace Tennant says that's a shame. It's a shame, but I saw it go. Listen, before I forget, our sister is celebrating her birthday today. I don't know if she's in the chat right now. Marie's message 411 TV. You know, Marie always there with us and she always support and she always share. She calls, she share in topics, she share her stories, her experience in life, all these things, right? And I always tell people to go over to Marie's message 411 TV, hit the subscribe button, and resonate with her content, kind of thing. I came across Marie's message for her life story, you know, and I don't want to keep on telling our life story over and over and send people there. If you could go there and go back to like her first few videos and then come up to date to what she has over there, it would be good to know her. That's somebody who is super strong. I would say that this sister been through some stuff where the average person probably would have exited this life over them something there, or at least be super messed up at this point, right? I love her resilience. I was the first one that took her story and blew it out the water. Her story on this platform has hundreds of thousands of views on the video that we covered her story with. And then she contacted us and we did a follow-up to it that has hundreds of thousands of views. And then we couldn't even, it was an extended live that day where we never had hands to answer the phones. And then began a place where people can talk to each other about certain things they've been through and begin a journey of healing after being able to speak about something that they had experienced in their life that was so traumatic to them and their life. So Marie's message 411 TV is somebody dear to me, and that's how I met her, through that medium. So when I say go over and support her content, it's because of that. Today is her birthday, right? And on days like these, we normally just sing a happy birthday for our brother or sister. Today our sister's birthday. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Me see you, my friend. Happy birthday, dear Marie. Happy birthday to you. And I hope you live to see many, many more. I know God just blessed you with your first grandchild. She over there feeling joyful and all these things. And then your birthday followed after. That means say your grandchild born right around your birthday time. And all these things are blessing and things for you to enjoy in this lifetime. And I wish you happiness and health and a long life filled with happiness and health and everything else that you desire. All right. I appreciate you greatly. I thank you for being here. I thank you for sharing with us. I thank you for showing up for us on a regular basis. Today is your day. Enjoy. And remember, live. Okay? Don't just exist, my friend. Live. You're there if you live, live. All right? And I know you will. I know you will. So happy birthday, Maria. Have a wonderful birthday. You need to start singing the modern birthday song. Marcia Walters. You know what? Happy birthday, yeah, my friend. One more year upon them. Go on, all our vibes. Give thanks for life. Next year we're doing it again. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Happy birthday, yeah, my friend. One more year upon them. Go on, all our vibes. Give thanks for life. Next year we're doing it again. Yes, that means that next year we look forward to more life, and more life, and more life. And big up Busy Signal. because that song they will never die. And thank you for telling me to start using the modern version. So we are gonna use we're gonna do both of them. Because some people just traditional like that. But still we are gonna do the busy signal version. See it? One more year upon them. See it? One wall of vibes. Give thanks for life. Next year we're doing it again for sure. All right. All right. The Diddy topic is the topic that we're going to get into. Please remember, we will be back live again at 10 this morning. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, so
Morning, sister Wagwan.
thank you for everything.
We
It's been a
appreciate you.
journey,
Yes.
but I'm still what they say, forward still.
Yes. Yes.
I want to say happy birthday to Shakira
Seeing. Oh, wifey.
because
Oh, yeah.
yes,
Wifey birthday was just the 16th.
yes, we
Yes.
share with Gemini's, and her
Right.
birthday is right around Father's Day.
So you
So I
you a
always
little
remember
cray
her
cray.
birthday.
That means say a little off. Yeah, little off. Yeah, all right, all right. I get it now. I get it
So
now.
happy birthday, Shakira. We know you're tired. You have so many crowns. Mother, wife, have to go to school, and it's really rough right now.
Yes.
But you're strong, and I know you can get through it
I
because you're
appreciate that, my
determined.
friend.
And I'm proud of you. You're a true queen,
Truly.
Shakira. So me a big up Shakira.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you. We big you up and you come
You
big up
hold it down
Shakira.
for
Thank
you
you.
so you can come and share with us.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate her for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We
So
appreciate you greatly, my
I
friend.
thank you. I thank everyone in the chat for all their support. They do come over to my channel, and now they
Nice.
have become a part of my channel, like
Nice.
how they are over here.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I appreciate all of you. Audrey Wright, Dorothy T, who Bunches.
Seeing.
It's Missy Brum Brum.
Yeah.
Missy Brum Brum. She's the one that encouraged me to start going live again, but I'm waiting because YouTube is having some trouble with their live. So I'm
Exactly.
waiting.
That's what happened to me too. Set up the live and everything, and then went to go press to go live. It said no live available at this time. Try again later. And I did it
Yeah,
3 times yesterday.
yeah. So
But
me I wait because we used to do one show in the evening called Bedtime Story, but it's not for kids.
okay,
If you
okay.
go back from my videos them from a year ago, years ago, you used to go live and do Bedtime Story. And it's very interesting because I be a patois and me tell story, but it's true story from my life experiences. It's very festive.
Are you gonna
You have to get your little wine or your champagne
and
and
sit in?
get relaxed because it's really not for kids.
Are you gonna resurrect it? Are you gonna do it again? Like
Yes, I'm resurrecting it. You
okay.
and Mr. Bram Bram helped me to bring it back by
Let me write this down.
encouraging me to go back live.
I like the name of it too.
Yeah, Bedtime Story. Talk up the things.
Yes, I like the name of it too.
Yeah, that's it called Bedtime Story. We talk when we talk up the things.
All right. May I write it
Yeah.
down, so you need to get on it, Cause
Yeah,
here's the thing.
Bedtime Story. You can go back and watch the previous ones when we used to do.
Okay.
Because it said Bedtime Story.
All right. Will do.
Yeah.
But
So thank you very much. I mean, I go back in the chat.
I appreciate you greatly, my friend. Have a wonderful birthday, yes?
Thank you.
All right. You're
Bye-bye.
welcome. Bye-bye. All right. And that was her. Just like that. Happy belated birthday, Shakira. You're awesome. Don't forget, says Miss Golly Robinson. I hope she's reading all these. She probably get her head bust up right now with one of them exam there. I know she has exam today. I was helping her study last night, and she wake up 4 o'clock this morning and study again. Hey, shout out to y'all nurses. The ones them where go all the way there, RN and them something there. It's a journey. It's a journey. Now me see why I don't cry when I don't get there. Because boy, that's a journey. There's a lot of stuff that y'all gotta learn. Mm. It's a lot of stuff y'all gotta learn. Right now she's doing pharmacology. And medications, what different medications do deal with what different illnesses, diseases, different treatments for different diseases and different sicknesses, and contraindications to these medications. So you have to know where the medication. Me, I learn off of Chino because it is my interest, but I work alongside other professions in the medical field. Like I'm in a therapy section, but I do work alongside the nurses and the doctor, them and the CNAs and so on and so forth. So I find it interesting. I find that's a brain buster though. A lot of work. That's a lot of work to know. You have to know what the medication is. And some of them you can't even pronounce them. But thank God for technology, because technology will pronounce them for you so you don't walk around looking like a big dummy. So I saw her yesterday studying. She studied all day yesterday, and while she was studying, she still have time to take my kids them swimming, and she has study while them a swim, while she a watch them. She has study and all kind of something like that. So absolutely, yeah. I'm a great woman in my life, you know, and truly blessed, man. Can't even complain. So big up for real. And again, big up to Marie's message on your birthday. I appreciate you for that, and I appreciate you remembering wifey for big up for me as well. Right? Went to nursing at 16 years old, says Foxy GTV. It's hard, but it's very fulfilling, says Michelle Taylor RN. Every time I see the RN, then I put some respect on it because I see no. Nan says your network fuels success. Learn, then earn. Ambition and drive defines you. My family in Jamaica started with one gas station, now own many. And they said black people can't do that. Yes, Nance, but we can. But we can. Yeah. So that of course, that we deal with. Not true productivity and progress from day one till now. And that's what we push over here too. Just get up and get it done. Little by little, even if you can, but just don't be stagnant. And also just remember, say it might be rough today, but it get greater later. But you have to be around. That message right there is from losing my brother. I see him, little brother, my little brother. When I lost him, I had to gather myself, man. And I know it gets greater later, but you have to be around for the greater later, the greater that comes later. See? Right. So with that said, we're going to get into the Diddy trial stuff because we have 28 minutes to be exact, and then I'm going to have to end this live so I can go get my daughter ready for school, take her, because I see wife left. That means she's not here to do it this morning, so I'm going to have to do it. My little sister just graduated from the RN program. Big up to her. Big up to her, Rosalie Fair. It's a lot of work that's been there. I've been there, went to nursing school in my 40s, and not easy at all. Welcome to the profession, Shakira. All right. Diddy trial. I think we're going to need all of 30 minutes. And remember again, at 10 to 12:30, we go live again today. 10 to 12:30. So for those who want to extend the live, come on back. For those who aren't here yet, they'll buck up tonight. But let's get into the Diddy situation. A couple of things happened so far that makes me think that Diddy is probably going to be found guilty. It's my guess. However, I don't think that the prosecution proved its case. But I do think that the goal was to find him guilty by any means necessary. And I also think that the judge who is overseeing the case is definitely leaning towards the prosecution side of how to help to railroad the case. Because remember, this is a trial by jury. So it goes on what the jurors say. However, the judge can influence greatly what the jurors say, see, feel, think, right? And I see this judge doing all of that and then some. Like I said before, the way how they hyped this case up in the media before it even went to trial, we were expecting, oh shit, when the videos come out, I'm like, yo, them are gonna hang him because we're gonna see some pitney in the video them. Now we're gonna know about the Hollywood, underground, SCX, S that, this, and the other. Because they bombarded us every day with, and a 14-year-old said this, and a 17-year-old who's 17 now, and a 13-year-old said this, and a 10-year-old who was 7 at the time said this, and we're like, damn, did he ever work? How did he run these companies that he has? He was busy doing a whole lot. And they allowed major news media houses to carry this stuff with no proof. Looking back now, I think that right there alone set the stage for what's to come. Because there's no way big news media houses would or should allow stories like those to be told about somebody who is about to go to trial with absolutely no proof whatsoever. And they allowed them to tell it as if it happened. I have proof. So the public's opinion was formed already. That's why you saw a lot of lock him up and throw away the key. He guilty as hell kind of thing. Come to trial now, and I'm watching his trial unfold. I said, that's why they didn't air it. Because we just watched Young Thug's trial. They could have aired Diddy's trial as well. They chose not to. They chose not to air it. It was a choice. They could choose to air it or not. They chose not to air it. Now I know why. This is the 6th week of testimonies. And at the 6th week of testimonies, the prosecution finds something wrong with one of the jurors. He's not too forthcoming about where he lives or who he lives with. I read the answer the guy gave them, and it made friggin' sense to me. He was living with his girlfriend in the Bronx. She moved to Jersey. He works in the Bronx, so he still lives in the Bronx, or he stays at his auntie's house in the Bronx while he goes to work and does jury duty, and then he goes home when on his time off to where his new home is because them just moved to Jersey. What was confusing about that? Nothing. The judge said, that kind of makes me feel like you're hiding something. Did exactly what the prosecution wanted and kicked that man out. A black juror, born and raised in the Bronx, 41 years old, and is a fan of 90s hip-hop music. Replaced him with a white juror from out in the suburbs of an area that I went and looked up and found that it is predominantly white out there, with a sprinkle of Hispanic and 13% black population out there. 6 weeks into the trial. And then yesterday, they said, oh, Diddy will not be testifying in his trial, and the jury is almost about to be sent off for deliberation, which means the prosecution is closing the case now. Remember, they said in the beginning this case would last about 8 weeks, and then like last week, I believe it was, or the week before last week, they said they're going to finish early. So I was guessing they were going to finish at 6 to 7 weeks. Well, we're in the 6th week and they've called it. That alternate juror that they replaced them with is so ironic. Somebody completely the opposite. Yet your constitutional right says you should be judged by a jury of your peers. That man's whole background is different from Diddy's whole background. Where he was raised, the things he might have been into, type of family he comes from. That's not your peers. That's not his peers. And he probably has a bias or preconceived notions about people like Diddy. Then I went and did some research on the judge, Judge Subramanian, South Asian, the first Asian Indian to make it to that position that he's in. I went and looked up his journey into his career, who he worked for most recently. He worked under a Supreme Court judge who is super right wing. Super right wing. So I know he holds right wing ideas, or ideology. Went and did some more research on that community and what history says about their interaction with the black community, or how they see people of African descent, and it's not good. And it kind of, I called it. I said, for nothing, I said, yo, he's an Indian man, and most Indian people I know, they don't like black people like that. Even when they're darker than you in hue, they don't like us. So he's probably going to throw that juror out. I said that. Go and look on Lisa Evers' platform. I left it there. Even people were questioning me, why would you say that? Why do you think he's going to do that? And I explained that to them. And some of them came back and said, okay, makes sense now. This is before it happened. So Friday, I left that. Monday, I think it was, the juror was removed. And I called it days before it happened. Diddy won't be testifying at his trial. I think that's a big mistake. I think he should get up there and humanize himself. They are showing pornographic materials, videos of his freak-offs, and they left those for the last. You know why they left those for the last? They left those for the last because ain't nothing in them. If they had concrete evidence in those videos, they would have showed those first. They left those for the last. Diddy should have testified. All you had to do was get up there and say, listen, I'm not perfect. I made mistakes. Some people don't like me. But it takes a tough person to run these types of corporations that are built. Bad Boy Records, my clothing company, my liquor line, etc. It takes a tough, aggressive person. With sometimes people will even say that there's a thin line between genius and insanity, and I'm guessing I straddled the line. But forcing people to engage in sexual activities, etc., that's not me, and I never had to do that. I literally have people throw themselves at me. Everybody I interacted with in that way was always consensual. They brought 2 females in as people who I had a relationship with before, as an intimate relationship. If you notice, there aren't any strangers. One I was with for almost 11 years. The other one, 3 years and change, going on 4 years. And I still pay all her bills to this day, even while she's testifying against me. So this whole picture that I developed these mega million-dollar companies just so I can use them to hide sex trafficking is absurd. My companies are legit. Because that's what they're going after. That's what they're going after. He should have said something, but he's going to do like everybody else and just not say anything. Just like how Tory Lanez says, I didn't shoot Megan, but I just don't want to get up there and say what. And now he's in prison, getting stabbed up and all that. Now he's talking about, I should have said. I just didn't want. Well, listen, you had a chance to say. Your lawyers can't tell you you can't speak on your own behalf. Your lawyers can advise you not to, but they can't tell you you shouldn't. On the tapes that are being shown, they showed the freak-off tapes in court. Listen, There are jurors that range from age 41 to 71, I think. That's on his jury pool. 71. That 71-year-old right now thinks he's guilty already. And their ears are already locked off completely because they're about to see him in action, slinging dick. Oh, they're so disgusting. 71. My grandmother ever saw a video like that, she would forget everything else. This is disgusting. Whatever you said, whatever they said you did, you probably did it. This is why it was important for him to get up there and say on his behalf, you know, humanize himself. So they won't go away thinking, yeah, he thinks he can hide behind these big lawyers and use his money to get away with stuff. How I feel about the videos, the prosecution, the defense, the judge, they all saw these videos before they were played in court. If those videos do not have people in them saying, stop, stop, I don't want to. Please let me go. I'm sorry, please let me go. Get off me. Get off, you're hurting me. Why are you doing this to me? If that's not the tone of those videos, if they're watching damn videos of grown people going, more, like that, you like that? And he's supposed to be in the room talking about turn it that way, do it like this. They sick. They sick as hell. Because the prosecution, and the judge would have known from before it went to court that there was nothing in it that would match the charges that they have against him. It's sex trafficking and racketeering, which means he would have had to have forced people into these situations. I can't force you into that and you in there enjoying it and been doing it for 11 years. Yeah, there might have been times when you might not have wanted to do it. My wife don't want to cook every day. You know what I mean? She might say no sometimes when I want something and she don't want none. She said, I'm not in the mood. Can we do this another time? I'm not feeling that. XYZ. But you hung around for 11 years. And then it becomes, you know, give me a massage and cook the favorite meal that I like, and I'll make sure you get to go to the spa this weekend, or I'll give you this much, or I'll do that. It's a banter in a relationship. They should have never played those videos in court unless that is what's in it. I'm not in court. I don't know what's in those videos. We're going to have to wait to hear today what's in those videos, because those who are in court weren't allowed to even hear it. One reporter said yesterday, everybody who saw it had headphones on and a screen that was only for them to see. So everybody else couldn't hear or see. One reporter said the jury on the end, their headphone was kind of loud and it was feeding into one of the hot mics. So they were hearing like rumblings, but the security guard in the court rushed over to the judge and said, hey, it's making a sound from the videos through the courtroom. And the judge said, what? Oh, hey, stop, shut it down immediately, adjusted it. Nobody could hear anything. So they didn't see or hear anything. So the juror, the people, the reporters in the courtroom and everybody else in the courtroom, they couldn't come out and tell us, man, you should have seen that video. She was in there crying, and he told her, get up and do it again, and do it this way. She was definitely forced, bro. She was definitely forced. Or she was completely unconscious. Like, pick her arm up and just fell like this. Like, no voluntary movement. and they were going to town on her. If it ain't that's in the video, how the hell do you tell if that's consensual or not? They role play a lot. It's going to be hard to decipher what was what. Kind of like the Shannon Sharp situation, right? Where the girl said, I want you to choke me. I want it to be violent. I want it to be aggressive. I want you to give it to me even when I say no. Now imagine having that conversation, planning that over here, and didn't keep a record of it. But the next thing, only thing the public sees is a video of her saying no, no, and you going, no, what? Take that, and she's like, no. And a jury sees that without the conversation piece. Oh my God. She cried. She was saying no, no. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Straight up, real one.
Railroad.
Yeah, man, straight up, man. Like, man, about railroad.
Yeah.
Boy.
All right, brother.
Yeah, man, I know what's okay.
Manas. Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. And for the people who are saying that these people want truth and justice, they are Jamaican people for, ICE. They're gonna say he's here illegally and they're coming to get him to deport him. We just look and say ICE. My man I call and said railroad. Straight up railroad. And I'm like, railroad? When last time I crossed the railroad? Anyway, listen. For those who are saying that the people who are testifying are doing so because they want good things to happen, like they want justice. No, there's a payday attached to this. They made it very clear, and by they I mean the state made it very clear that their plans are, if Diddy is found guilty, to seize all assets, business and personal. They will then liquidate his assets and distribute his assets to his so-called victims, but not before the state prosecutors, because the state has to pay these lawyers to prosecute Diddy. So don't think they're working for free, but not before the state prosecutors get their big chunk of money for this historic case. And we send this black entrepreneur, self-made billionaire off into prison and take all his assets. If Diddy gets found guilty, it's definitely a setup. 6 weeks into this trial, and y'all know how I am. I don't give a damn about your music or nothing. I study your case. And I pay attention to the case. If he gets found guilty in this case, it's definitely a setup. 6 weeks in, I'm still looking for the racketeering. I'm still looking for the sex trafficking. Like, give me something concrete that I could go on. I'm tired. I don't know who said it earlier. Man, I'm tired of this boring ass case. That's how I was getting too. But I was doing my due diligence to keep up with it because I don't want to, when the verdict is read, I'm like, oh damn, I missed that part. So even when it get boring, I'm sitting here writing, taking notes. I'm like sitting here writing, taking notes. I'm like this. Same damn story again, different person. This is boring as hell. Is this all they have? They're probably going to surprise us. They're probably saving it for the end. And remember, burden of proof, and I'm not an attorney, but I know this for a fact, and you can ask any attorney, burden of proof is on the prosecution. Burden of proof is not on Diddy and his lawyers. Burden of proof is on the prosecution. You are prosecuting me. You are saying these are the things I did. You must prove that these are the things I did, and that's why you are prosecuting me. I mustn't prove anything, but in a case like this, I must prove that I didn't do these things because this is my life that's hanging in the balance here. So burden of proof is on the prosecution. And in this case, the prosecution did not prove a damn thing. Oh, yeah, they did. They proved that this was a domestic case that should have never made it to a federal level. They proved that the people who are involved in this are more complicit than anything else. I don't know if they threatened these people behind the scenes and then subpoenaed them and said to them, oh, he's going down. And it's a racketeering, which means this is usually a RICO thing is usually for a group. So if you don't want to be a part of the group that's prosecuted, you might want to be on our side and come give us some testimony against him. If they gave these people an incentive, a reason to jump ship and bail to the other side, oh, this is a friggin' setup. This is a setup. Because how else do you explain, right? Jane, who we know to be 50 Cent's baby mother. 50 Cent confirmed it. 50 Cent said, well, I was looking back and I saw one text that he said to her from before where he said, you little sex worker, you. He said everything was fine between me and you, and I moved out to some place to work, and you moved back this way, and now you're getting money from Brother Love, and now we have problems. Okay. Fast forward to the most latest one that he put up where he said, I'll have full custody soon, and you'll be back to working on OnlyFans, you little sex worker, you. So he's going for full custody of his son because of this situation right here. So we know it's 50 Cent's baby moms. How else do you explain? You came in here to speak on the prosecutions. No prosecutor. If I was a prosecutor, I would have never put her up there because she's not going to help my damn case. She's going to hurt my case. She comes into court to say, yeah, me and him got into a big old fight in 2023. And I must say I was the one that instigated it. No, bitch. You got to say he instigated it. We try to make him look guilty. She said I was the one that instigated it. I don't remember if he bent over to tie his shoes or something. Exact words. I don't remember if he bent over to tie his shoes or something. And I rammed his head into the granite counter. I rammed his head into the granite counter. And when he came up, I punched him in his face, right on his forehead. That's a square-ass punch to the face, right? And then I started breaking glasses, throwing dishes, and breaking everything. And when I saw he was going to get retaliate, because he was getting really mad, I ran and locked myself in one of the bedrooms. And Sean was so heated, he came and kicked the damn, he was knocking and I wouldn't open it. He kicked the door off the hinges. And then he beat me up. But that sounds like you instigated it though, and you abused him first, right? And he got out of control. But you know, once you hit somebody and abuse them, you don't get a right to say how they react or whatever. That doesn't sound like he's a crazy guy like we're trying to make it out. Why would you put that up there as a prosecutor? Then, oh, by the way, the lawyer that's representing me now, he's the one that's paying for that. How he paying for a lawyer to represent you, but you testifying against him on behalf of the prosecution? What? Oh, not only that, the house I live in right now, he's the one that's paying for that right now as we speak. Bitch, why are you in here? Why are you in here? That should have been, oh, we can't use her. They put her up there though. He was on a vacation with whatchamacallit, and I called and I texted him and told him I'm not doing no more free calls for him if he don't cut that vacation short and come back to me right now. And he did. He cut the vacation short and came back, and that was the first time I used it to my advantage. And did you give him a free call after that? I did. And then he booked a flight for me, a vacation for me to go to Turks and Caicos. And he gave me $100,000 spending limit for that trip. That don't sound like coercion. That doesn't sound like held against your will. That doesn't sound like somebody who you are exploiting. A pimp don't exploit his hoes by giving her $100,000 to go shopping, by giving her $15,000 for her birthday just for a dress and dinner, and then pay for the whole dinner, pays for the place she lives in, and gives her $10,000 a month stipend for just spending. If that's what the prosecution was trying to prove, they failed miserably. They failed miserably. So it's 8:30, and I'm saying this. Watch the Diddy case, and remember I said this. If he gets found guilty of sex trafficking and racketeering, it's because the judge that's on that trial worked with the prosecution to railroad him to prison. If he doesn't get found guilty, it's what everybody saw. They did not prove their case that way. I can't talk to you any longer. We'll be back on live right here at 10, and we'll probably go till like 12, 12:30, sometime around there. And we have a whole lot of other stuff to talk about that has nothing to do with that. So I'll see you then for those who come back, and for those who will be here that aren't here yet. All right. And for those who won't be able to make it back, have a wonderful day. I appreciate you greatly. Manners and respect to each and every one of you tuning in. Like my grandmother, Miss Ruby, said, be good. If you can't be good, be careful. But it's best to be good. And my grandfather, Moss Cleaver, right there said, I'll see you tomorrow if God spare my life. That's for those who won't be back. For those who will be back, I'll see you in a little bit. I'm out. Peace.